I am Jey Uso.
The Usos win the gold for the first time in their career!
You are nothing without your family.
I didn't need the bloodline. The bloodline needed me.
The biggest moment in your career is because of me.
I am Jey Uso.
Jey Uso! Jey Uso! It's on the WrestleMania!
It has been many days since Jey Uso did the impossible and won the Men's Royal Rumble match. Out of everyone who entered the match, nobody expected Jey to win the whole thing. Jey's win not only reaffirms that the company has changed for the better, but it also shows that long-term booking is what pro wrestling should always be about. While many were upset that John Cena or CM Punk didn't win the match, no one should forget that if there was anyone who deserved to win one of the biggest matches of the year, it was Jey. So today, let's look at how Jey transitioned from being a tag team wrestler to possibly the most over guy in the industry, and how he has changed WWE forever. Let's get right into it. When it comes to the Usos, many fans remember the team for their record-breaking title reign or their feuds against The New Day and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. However, many forget that it took a long time for both Jimmy and Jey to get themselves over with the fans. They showed up on the main roster back in 2010, and they immediately began a feud with the Hart Dynasty, the team of Tyson Kidd and David Hart Smith. While the matches Jimmy and Jey had at the time were decent, they were nowhere near the extraordinary stuff the two would go on to do later in their careers. From their main roster debut in 2010 up until their first tag team title win in 2014, there's not a lot that the Usos did that fans remember. However, it should be noted that both Jimmy and Jey were well liked by the audience, even in the early stages of their careers. They won their first WWE Tag Team title in 2014 when they defeated the New Age Outlaws. As time went on, both Jimmy and Jey got better in the ring. A special shout out to their matches against Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Those matches were super underrated. By the time we got to 2015, the Usos started to feel stale, considering the New Day got massively over with the fan base. The New Day dominated the tag team division and even held the tag team titles for over a year. The Usos were also a part of the program between AJ Styles and Roman Reigns in 2016, as Jimmy and Jey helped Roman in fighting off the OC. Jey and Jimmy reinvigorated their careers when they turned heel, and they were on another level when they had an excellent feud with The New Day in 2017. The two teams traded the tag team championships back and forth and had fantastic matches. Their Hell in a Cell match is one of the best of its kind. By the time we reached 2020, things started to change for good. The pandemic slowed things down, and performers were forced to perform in front of no fans. WrestleMania 36 saw John Morrison defend the tag team titles against Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston in a triple threat ladder match. During the match, Jimmy suffered a knee injury, which put him out of action for several months. While this injury was an unfortunate one for Jimmy, many would agree that without it, Jey wouldn't have reached the heights he did as a singles star. Toward the end of the year, Jey earned an opportunity to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal title at Clash of Champions. Roman had recently turned heel, and he was slowly becoming the guy the company always wanted him to be. Jey's promos leading up to his match against Roman showed that Jey always had the potential to succeed as a single star. The story of Jey wanting to show Roman that not only could he achieve much without his brother, but how he can also be the top guy of their family is something that would play out a couple of years later. Roman defeated Jey at Clash of Champions. Jey, however, was granted another shot at the title in an I Quit Hell in a Cell match. The emotions during that match were so high that the match is considered one of the finest of Roman's title reign. Knowing he couldn't topple Roman, the only thing Jey thought he could do was acknowledge his tribal chief. Roman became an unstoppable force, and being alongside Roman allowed Jey to share some of the spotlight, as he was in the main event picture too. Jimmy would make his return in 2021, and he had no option but to align with Roman. Jey and Jimmy defeated Rey and Dominic Mysterio at the Money in the Bank PLE to become the tag team champions. This began their record-setting long title reign, and both men would deliver solid tag team matches every now and then. The Usos would go on to defeat the Raw Tag Team Champions, Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, to become the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. Things began to get stale for the Usos and Roman, but stars aligned when Triple H took control of the creative and Sami Zayn joined the Bloodline. Zayn's interaction with Jey on every SmackDown was must-see television, and the entire melodrama was leading to something big in the future. 2023 saw Jey Uso at his absolute best, as the change in his persona was nothing short of spectacular. Jey doing nothing and leaving the ring heartbroken when Sami turned on Roman at the Royal Rumble was everything the company had been building since 2020. He saw Sami do the thing that he should have done back in 2020. Jey would continue to align himself with Roman, and when things got rough, Jimmy was the first one to turn on Roman at Night of Champions. Jey joined hands with his brother, and they went on to defeat Roman and Solo Sikoa at the Money in the Bank PLE. Jey became the first superstar to pin Roman in years at the event. You could tell that the company was high on Jey when they gave him this honor. After losing to Roman at SummerSlam, Jey moved to Raw for a fresh start. Jey became immensely popular among the fans for the tremendous work he did. Matches against stars like Seth Rollins and Gunther proved that Jey didn't need to be in a tag team anymore. As weeks went by, Jey's popularity grew. Whether it's his catchy theme music or his catchphrase, "Yeet," Jey is loved by the crowd in attendance. The reactions have grown over time, and Jey might just be the most over guy in the entire company. Yes, the internet wrestling community has never been too kind to Jey, but the majority of fans out there love Jey for his charismatic personality. Jey was continuously losing world title matches, and at one point the company had to put over Jey because the fans wanted to see Jey win something substantial. Jey won the Intercontinental Championship, but he didn't even hold the title for a month. After failing to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther at Saturday night's main event, no one expected Jey to pull off one of the biggest surprises ever at the Royal Rumble. One way or another, this was bound to happen. Why wouldn't WWE put over a guy who has been a consistent merchandise seller for the past many months? There were times when Jey was outselling both Roman Reigns and CM Punk. If that doesn't speak a lot about Jey's star power, then I don't know what does. Jey winning the men's Royal Rumble match shows that WWE has changed for the better. No longer does the company have to rely on part-timers to get the job done. Jey eliminating John Cena at the end was one of the biggest indications that the company doesn't need many of its biggest legends anymore. The crowd's reaction to Jey eliminating the biggest superstar of the 21st century tells you everything you need to know about the current product. The reaction to Jey winning wasn't positively received by the internet wrestling community. But here's the thing, life exists outside of the internet as well. Had someone like CM Punk or John Cena won the Rumble, many would have complained that Triple H took the safe route. It's a good thing that he did something different that fans can get behind. So, this raises the question now, is Jey going to defeat Gunther at WrestleMania? Absolutely. He wasn't booked to win the Rumble, just to lose to Gunther again. While I don't think Jey is going to have a lengthy reign, he's at least going to hold the title till SummerSlam. Jey winning the Royal Rumble match shows that the company is now going to get behind stars who are going to get organically over with the fans. Whether you like to admit this or not, Jey is winning the world title at the grandest stage of them all. Yeet. So what do you guys think? Is Jey Uso going to defeat Gunther to win his first ever world title at WrestleMania? Let us know in the comments below. And you might also want to check out our other awesome videos on the channel. Make sure to subscribe for more.